Today, we're going to dive into a health issue that's kind of sneaky. It affects millions of people, and most of them don't even know it. We're talking about hidden hunger. It's this weird situation where your stomach feels full, but deep down, your cells are actually starving for nutrients. So, let's get into it.
So, let me ask you this. Do you ever feel just wiped out? You struggle to focus, or you feel like you're just running on fumes all the time? It's so easy to blame stress or not getting enough sleep. But what if the real problem is something much smaller, happening way down at the cellular level?
And that leads us right into our first big idea, the invisible hunger. We're going to explore what it means when your body is dealing with a deficiency that you can't see, but you can definitely feel.
Now, I know what you're thinking. This sounds totally backwards, right? You're eating all the right things, the salads, the whole grains, you name it. But here's the kicker. That doesn't automatically guarantee your cells are getting the fuel they actually need. There's often a huge gap between what we eat and what our bodies can truly use.
Okay, so what is it that our cells are crying out for? We're talking about micronutrients, these tiny but absolutely mighty building blocks of our health.
So, micronutrient deficiency isn't about having one bad meal. Nope. It's a long-term, chronic lack of these essential vitamins and minerals, and it directly messes with your cell's ability to do their job. Everything from producing energy to fighting off a cold.
And listen, this isn't just some abstract science stuff. It's real life. That deep fatigue you just can't shake could be low iron. Always catching every bug that goes around, maybe you're low on zinc. And that terrible sleep or those annoying muscle cramps, that could be a magnesium deficit. These are all real, tangible signs of that hidden hunger in your cells.
The best way to think about it is like this. Micronutrients are literally the spark plugs for your cells. They're what kicks off the engine. They are absolutely crucial for creating energy, for repairing damage, and for putting up a strong defense. Without them, the whole system just starts to grind to a halt.
So this begs a really big question. If we're eating these nutrients, or maybe even taking supplements, why would we still be deficient? Well, that brings us to a huge roadblock, the bioavailability barrier.
Right? You're taking the supplement, you're eating the right foods, so what gives? The problem, so often, isn't about consumption, it's all about absorption. And the magic word here is bioavailability. It sounds technical, I know, but it's actually pretty simple. It's just the measure of how much of a nutrient your body can actually absorb and put to good use. See, a lot of nutrients, especially from plants, don't dissolve in water very well, which makes it incredibly hard for our bodies to grab onto them.
Let's look at the difference here. On one side, you have your standard supplements. A lot of them have low water solubility, which means they're poorly absorbed. So you often have to take these huge doses just to get a little bit of an effect. But a different approach focuses on making these extracts highly water soluble, optimizing them for absorption. That way, you get the maximum effect from much smaller, way more efficient doses.
So how in the world do you achieve that kind of a boost in bioavailability? Well, let's take a look at one company that's tackling this problem head-on.
This is Jala Life. They've developed a really unique method to get past that absorption barrier with the goal of making sure all the benefits from nature actually get delivered to your cells.
So here's how their process works, and it's pretty clever. First, they take these natural plant extracts and refine them with something called gum arabic, which makes them water-soluble. Next, they have an innovative formula that protects these ingredients from your harsh stomach acid. That allows them to get to your intestine completely unharmed, where, because they're now water-soluble, your body can absorb them super efficiently. The end result? Every single drop is designed to have the biggest possible effect on your cells.
And what's really great is how pure and simple the formula is. These products are made in Switzerland under some seriously strict quality controls. And look at the ingredients. Just premium plant extracts, gum arabic, and pure Swiss mountain spring water. That's it. There are no junk additives, no alcohol, no sugar, no gluten.
Okay, so the science sounds great on paper, but here's the million-dollar question. Does this approach actually work in the real world? Let's look at the results.
So, take this story from a customer named David. He'd been taking standard coenzyme Q10 supplements for a while, but wasn't seeing any real change in his levels. Then he switched to Jala Life, and his words were that his levels went way up.
But how far up is way up? Get this. David was able to increase his coenzyme Q10 levels by an incredible 72%. 72%, that's a huge deal.
That number, that's not just a statistic. That is a real-world demonstration of what happens when you solve the absorption problem.
It shows the incredible potential of getting those nutrients out of the bottle and into your cells where they're supposed to be.
All right, so after all of that, what's the big idea we need to walk away with? Let's wrap this up with the single most important point about feeding your body the right way.
Ultimately, it all boils down to this. True health, that deep down cellular health, isn't just about what you swallow. It's about what your body can actually absorb and use. And once you shift your focus from just consumption to effective absorption, that's when you can finally start to feed that hidden hunger in your cells.
Which leaves us with one final really important question for you to think about. Are your cells really getting the fuel they need to thrive? If you want to dig deeper into the science of bioavailability, you can find out a lot more at jalalife.com. Thanks so much for joining me.